Hi everybody, Davey Bones from New Music Mondays here. Today we would like to get to know the DJ duo that makes up Dead Souls Gothic Lounge, Naggaroth Witch and DJ Gomez, joining us from their homes in Indianapolis. Hello you two, welcome to the show.
Hello, thanks for having us.
Yeah, great to have you, and thanks for the sets that you contributed to this week's episode, lucky number 13.
Yes.
Appreciate it. Tell me about yourselves. I know that you spent some time in Chapel Hill and started Dead Souls Gothic Lounge there. Of course, that area is steeped in music history. I love that part of the country for all the kinds of music that come from it. Everything from bluegrass to, I think, Corrosion of Conformity is from around there, and now you're in Indianapolis as a result of the pandemic. But tell us about the history of Dead Souls Gothic Lounge.
The history of the Gothic Lounge started basically when I met a friend that knew a person that owns Special Treats, and she kept wanting to bring something different to the table, and I kind of helped her to get the word out and figuring out finding equipment. But the main reason was just something different that was going to be all ages, inclusive, and better than just getting drunk and party all night. People think that's what Goth is all about.
You could still get drunk there,
yeah. But it was more calm, and we did like a clothes swap. We had a lot of purpose behind the venue, trying to get rid of the clothing that is now something that people have a lot of attention on. We wanted to make sure people pay more attention to the music and what comes behind the music, the history.
And we had a book swap as well, and we, people were selling their art, and we were just trying to do a lot of things that you didn't typically see in just standard goth clubs, especially like 21 and up venues. Obviously it depends on the location and the DJ and what's playing, that kind of atmosphere it creates. But we were doing genres that you don't typically hear in goth clubs. You hear like neoclassical and ethereals and stuff like that. And of course we played plenty of industrial and dark wave too, but we wanted just to, I guess, provide a variety and a little bit of an alternative to the nights that were already in Chapel Hill in just that region.
Well, it sounds like the venue was pretty awesome too. So I've been working with people with developmental disabilities for over 20 years, and I've often found a lot of overlap between the goth subculture and people with developmental disabilities. I'm not sure exactly what that is, except that both communities often are seen as kind of being on the fringes of society, right? Mm-hmm. And the venue that you had Dead Souls Gothic Lounge at for a long time, Special Treats, was run by people with developmental disabilities, right?
Yeah, and it was also out of business, and we just kind of wanted to give them a little push, bringing on the goth community to help get the word out about our night and about Special Treats at the same time, helping each other, basically.
Yeah, I myself am on the autism spectrum, so it was really special to me being able to work with this venue, because I had never seen a venue like that. Certainly, I haven't come across anything like it since, and hopefully there'll be more venues that do decide to specifically focus on employing people with disabilities.
Yeah, for sure. There is a big nationwide push towards more community inclusion. kind of depends on, you know, the logistics of each community, public transportation and weather and geography and stuff. But I think that we're seeing more and more, in my experience at least, more urban areas at least being more inclusive in the workplace, you know, instead of sheltering people away in like warehouses to do like piece labor. They're
Right.
getting more and more jobs out in the community, jobs like you or I would have, right?
Mhm. Yeah, definitely.
So let's talk more about, so you moved online, obviously, and you're doing regular live streams. When can people tune in to see Dead Souls Gothic Lounge events online?
Well, we're on Facebook, just Dead Souls Gothic Lounge. You can do a search and add us and get notified of all of our events.
Usually the last Friday of the month.
Last Friday of the month. Okay, yeah, and we'll definitely provide links, of course, you know, in the description down below the video. People will be able to click on the links for sure. Cool. And so it's last Fridays of every month, and then you guys guest DJ at a lot of the live stream events that are happening.
Right now, yeah, we've been invited, and we just try to contribute whatever we can towards what's happening, like the Light It Black event that's happening.
Yeah, I guess one of the good things to come out of this pandemic is that it gives the opportunities for DJs to really be able to collaborate with each other in ways that
Like
we've never seen
centuries.
before. It's almost transformed the scene in a way.
It totally has. And also connecting with your audience in a much more intimate way. And one of the most thrilling things for me has been when you put on a song by, you know, Boot Blacks or Oatsy or Hallowed Hearts or, you know, one of these bands that we love, and everybody's like talking about what a great song that is and what great people they are, what a great band they are. And oftentimes one of the musicians from the bands are in the chat room and can like
That's
share,
amazing.
yeah, and can like share stories about like the making of the album or the song, or just there to just chat and hang out. That's been really fun.
It's just regular people that are awesome.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, definitely.
Exactly.
Kind of surreal, but also really cool.
Yeah.
It's a little surreal, but yeah, it's pretty nice. And I hope that after the pandemic is over, this translates into more in-person relationships. I know a bunch of us are real excited about, you know, potentially all meeting up at WGT next year, or return to the Batcave in Poland or something like that. So hopefully stuff like that starts happening. Let's go back to the beginnings of your DJ careers. Maybe Naggaroth, we could start with you. When did you start DJing? Do you remember your first DJ gig?
Yes, and this DJ was with the Souls because I wasn't planning to become a DJ. I was supposed to have help from my friend because it was supposed to be a team thing, but she bailed on me. So I ended up having to do it all myself. So yeah, I started however I could, talking to the DJs from the other goth nights around the circle. I got a free mixer. His old mixer was full of steam dust in the closet. So he's like, here, and he told me a few tips. Just basically started with the first Dead Souls, and then he helped me. But he helped me come up with a name because we both loved Joy Division. So it's all Dead Souls that my DJ career started off.
And when was that?
Last year.
Okay.
I just started. I'm a baby.
I mean, mine actually goes back to 2007. I started on the radio back when I was in college. I started the Catacombs, which is my like doc show. I started that on college radio out of Bowling Green, Kentucky in 2007. I've kept the show going just on various platforms since I graduated. I was for a while I was on a low power radio station in Cincinnati. Then I moved to Live 365, and I was on an online station out of Brazil for a while. I think
When was the first time you made people dance?
I think it was maybe 2008. I think my first live gig was at like an anime type convention. It's like anime video games, stuff like that. I remember every DJ that went before me went over their allotted set time, which left me a grand total of 15 minutes to DJ. So, like, okay, I've got to make this count. And so I pretty much just narrowed it down to just 15 minutes of the best material I had. And despite the short runtime, I remember people coming up to me afterwards and thanking me for playing music, and it's just like awesome.
That's a good feeling.
Yeah, I really appreciated that. Beyond that, I didn't really DJ in person a whole lot until I joined Naggaroth Dead Souls. Most of my concentration has been online doing podcasts. I was co-host of the Cemetery Confessions podcast for a few years. I just try to do just anything I could, just in different ways to help. Just working on music, working on my own projects. But I really didn't start live DJing again until Dead Souls, which was later last year.
So you just moved to Indianapolis. You were settling into the community at a time when you can't really be out in the community, right?
Right.
Are there any venues that you have your eyes on for when you're able to get back into the clubs? As far as like bringing Dead Souls Gothic Lounge to the venue?
Yeah, we are actually, like a week or two ago, there was an outdoor goth night. And it was basically people outside, everybody wearing masks, everybody social distancing, sitting down, maybe like 4 people on one table, and
yeah,
it was nice. I mean, you got to dance outside, and we are invited to the next one next month, which was I'm a little nervous about it considering numbers are going up, and it's still going to be outside, but it's going to be freaking cold.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll have to dress for the occasion.
Yeah, but the spirit is there, right?
It is.
Yeah, so that's encouraging.
We're getting that name out that way.
Yeah, good.
And it's good to see clubs adapting, or at least starting to adapt. Of course, with winter coming, I don't know how many outdoor events we're going to have for a while, but just the fact that last month we were able to have an outdoor events with people, actual humans sharing space together.
Yeah.
Special.
Yeah, that's starting to happen all over the country. I know Hive in Portland is just now starting to do, they've got a really nice big outdoor patio outside of the theater that they normally have the event at. So they're starting to do outdoor stuff too. I'm hearing of other stories around the country of the same thing happening. So it's really encouraging. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. Really appreciate it. I love your live stream and really appreciate the contribution to the episode of New Music Mondays. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
All right, Naggaroth Witch and DJ Gomez from Dead Souls Gothic Lounge. Thanks for joining us today.